really established herself as one of the premier guards in the SEC.
Goss has a dozen points. Mathis gone on fouls. 2 Irish are in foul difficulties. Peters and Novoselic. The main 3 by Diggins. Turnover Kentucky. That's huge.
This is just a great atmosphere for women's college basketball. Notre Dame, a team that has really done a good job of getting fan support, of bringing attention, whether it's media or just fans to the game. They've really done a good job rewarding those fans by the way they played today.
Over 9,000 here today, Abby. That's a sellout here at the Purcell Pavilion. This place has been renovated since you played on it a few years ago as a McDonald's All-American.
That's why I missed all those shots.
Oh, sure. Over 11,000 it used to seat, now down to 9,100. Skylar Diggins with 13 points and 10 assists. Who's going to score for Kentucky?
I think you have to look for Samantha Drake inside. She's been so successful there all game. This is the problem right now with Kentucky. They don't have any really great, pure outside shooters other than Keila Snowden. It allows Notre Dame to help inside and clog the paint.
Pickett got the drive, missed the layup. Diggins. A 10-0 Notre Dame run since this game was tied at 75, and Matthew Mitchell without Adia Mathis. That's huge right now.
What we're seeing here is a Kentucky team who has played extremely well at home. They had a very good crowd of 14,000 at Rupp Arena versus Duke. They beat Louisville before that. But this is their first true road test. They played at Morehead State earlier in the season. In that game, they were down at half. So this is a team that's really got to find a way to keep that energy that they have at home and sustain it for 40 minutes on a tough away game.
We'll be going to Tallahassee, Florida in a moment. Florida State has the early lead on Loyola Marymount by a score of 3-0. Doug Bell and Carolyn Peck will have that for you here in the U. Wildcats need a basket desperately, and they get it inside on Bria Goss's hoop.
Coach Mitchell wanting a timeout, the next chance that he can.
Here's Peters. And more free throw opportunities for Notre Dame. Wildcats able to get the lead in the second half by a point. But when Mathis went out with personal fouls, Notre Dame has taken over and will keep possession of the ball with 2:03 left.
We're going to see Connecticut later tonight on ESPN versus Baylor, the best backcourt in the country. But I'd say their Big East counterpart.
It's in Tallahassee. 2 minutes left in our game. Notre Dame by 9, trying to give Kentucky its first loss of the year. And the Irish content to use clock. Down to 5, Diggins. That's the person you want with the ball. Skylar Diggins going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
I like the poise by Kayla McBride as she started getting trapped by Kentucky defenders near the half-court line. Instead of getting rid of that basketball, getting flurried and playing into that tempo, it would be an automatic layup for Kentucky. She was poised, controlled, and got the ball to the open player.
And Diggins now with her 14th point. The Irish have been at the free throw line many times here in the second half. And it's likely where they're going to sew this game up. Kentucky running out of time. And Notre Dame ball. Irish with their largest lead, and how would you assess Matthew Mitchell's team coming into a difficult environment?
I thought they did a good job the first half of creating the type of game that they want, but there was a lot of easy missed layups that Kentucky would want to have back. Also, keeping control of the ball in the second half. They got a little bit looser with their handle with some of their passes, but you have to attribute that to Notre Dame's defense. These are the two of the top defenses in the nation, and we certainly saw that.
Kentucky able to force a turnover, but that pass, long pass to Amber Smith. And we're down to a minute left in the game. And how much did Mitchell and the Cats miss Mathis down the stretch? Tremendously.
She's a playmaker. She's not their vocal leader, but she leads by example, and she brings a skill set that not many other Kentucky players have.
This will be Kentucky's first loss of the year. The 3 by Amber Smith. No reason for Notre Dame to shoot the ball with 40 seconds to go. And the push on Skylar Diggins will send her to the free throw line.
On the defensive end, she's the best guard defender for Kentucky. She does such a good job of on-ball pressure and also reading those weak side situations. Without her defensive presence, Skylar Diggins really took over this game from that point guard spot.
We will join Loyola Marymount and Florida State shortly. Florida State on a 7-0 run, leads in that game 10-5, 4 minutes in Tallahassee. Here's Drake, headed to the free throw line for 2.